Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast. This show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics by sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki.
And what we got, baby? We got any shout-outs today?
We wanted to shout out everybody who engaged with us on the episode of Who's Wrong. We had put up a very controversial poll, and we had asked if the lady was wrong or if her man was wrong, and we had some great engagement and feedback. So I want to shout you out, listeners who participated with us. We had a good time with that, so thank you.
And I think the majority, 57% of the people said the woman was wrong.
Yeah.
Which, I was on the other side. I thought it was the man, but hey, If y'all ladies spoke and other people spoke, and that's how y'all feel, it is what it is.
It is.
Gotta take the results as they are. So.
Period.
So I guess we don't really have another shout out.
No.
But I wanted to give. So the episode we're about to do. It was funny that we saw a post from Tracy Ellis Ross where she was specifically talking about this topic that we're about to touch on today. So I'm going to tag her when we send out this episode.
Yeah.
We ain't steal the idea from her because we've been had this in the works.
We did.
But it's funny that, at this current time, she spoke out about marriage licenses, which is the a topic we're going over today. So let's get into it, baby.
All right. So today we're talking about a proposal that makes some people's hearts skip a beat and others break into a cold sweat. What if your marriage license had an expiration date, like your driver's license, like your car registration, or like your gym membership? You get maybe 5, 7, or even 10 years. And when the clock runs out, you either head back to the DMV of love.
I love that.
To renew, or you let it expire and walk away. No lawyers required. So today, TC and I going to get all up in our business, and we're going to dive into the pros, the cons, and the what ifs if the world where forever, in quotes, is just an option on a renewal form.
All right, baby. Let's get it. All right. Let me get the scripture first.
Please give us a
scripture for the day is Mark 10:9. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate.
Yeah, not even a marriage license renewal.
Nope. And before we get started, I got a fun fact about this. Okay. So, you might think this is radical for having a marriage license. Not really, because in 1971, ironically, 2 Maryland legislators, yes, the state that we live in, proposed a bill for a 3-year renewable marriage contract.
Wow. And
then as recent as 2011, Mexico City lawmakers had a similar thing where they wanted to do a temporary marriage bill to combat the high divorce rates. So this is not a radical idea.
Yeah.
It's just never been implemented.
That's true. Yeah.
But there's definitely, people out there who thinks it's something that should happen.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're going to get into it.
Let's
talk about first, baby.
We got the pros and the cons.
Okay.
So I will take the pros. I'm gonna let you take the cons.
Okay. All right.
So when it comes to the pros,
let's hear it.
The main thing that I would say is a component of that. It would stop the complacency in relationships.
Wow, marriages.
Oh, relationships, marriages. Yes, It would stop the complacency.
Wow.
If I got a 3-year contract. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do as a husband in 3 years, she leaving, you're going to put in some effort that you might not have done before that.
Oh, really? So you think giving people the option to say, okay, giving them that, I guess, that stipulation that at the end of their contract, it can be
null and void, terminated.
You think people would act different in their marriage?
I think they would.
Really?
I think they would.
Oh, wow. So not only will they be complacent, you think they'll cause them to respond differently, act differently?
I think so. I think it would.
What about invest more in the marriage? Do you think people will be?
I think they would. It would be a lot more investing into the marriage, not just we married now.
Yeah.
So I can kind of let the veil down, and now the real person shows up. Well, a lot of people do that. They get married and they just stop doing what they were doing.
Preach.
So the complacency is my main thing that I think is a pro to have a marriage license.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. So
Do you think too many people are comfortable in these marriages?
Oh, way too many people get comfortable. Especially those folks who've been married 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
It's like on your autopilot.
TC, what?
They're on autopilot, baby. They get up, do the same thing every day.
No, I've seen
the same positions in the bedroom. It's on autopilot.
So this could be an avenue
to alleviate that. They were like, oh,
keep the spice going.
Keep the spice going. Keep the love, the romance.
And let me ask you for a man, because you said y'all are very competitive. So how would it make you feel that in 3 years your woman that you thought you've been treating well and this your wife, that she can actually just
up and leave?
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that, but I think similar to in real sports, basketball contracts, football contracts, baseball contracts, you always see that person who's their contract's about to expire, they perform to their best.
Wow.
Because they want to get that renewed. They want to get that next contract.
Yeah.
So, similar to this, as a marriage license, you want to stay married, you're going to have to perform.
Okay. Now, what do you do and how do you address the issue of somebody wait till the last year, that final year, and want to give you the best performance? So the last 3 years, you've been terrible, the last 4 years, but now in this 5th year, because you know you're up for renewal, oh, baby, I want to wine and dine you.
Well, hey, if it helps, or if it gets that other person to go, oh, see, he still can do it, or she still can do it, then maybe that helps.
Yeah, but I don't want it to feel like you're using that as the only reason why you're treating me well at the last minute. You know what I mean? I don't want you to say, because this contract is about to expire, let me show you the best that I got. Nah, you should have been showing me your best the entire time. Okay,
but let's say, for example, that showing that best in that last year to try to get that renewed contract stimulates something in the other person, and now y'all are both doing it.
Okay.
So now he realizes I gotta do better, and she realizes, oh, I gotta do better too.
Right.
So maybe that helps.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing. It can be a great thing.
Right.
Especially if it's taken the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen, and I'm sorry to go back to sports, but we've seen when somebody, they know they're in a contract year, so they perform, and then the next year they perform even better because they think now, oh yeah, they really do love me, so they gave me another 4-year contract. So now I'm loyal. Now I have the oomph to want to do more for them.
Got you. Okay.
So I think it can go that route.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay. So do you think it also sparks conversation to sit down and have about, the relationship? Like, am I happy at this point? What's going on?
I think so. Sort of like a state of a union conversation.
Yeah.
Every year, let's go over what's good, what's not good, how we performing for each other. If that stimulates something in your relationship where both of y'all are into it and engaged, that's helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely helpful. I don't see why that would be a deterrent.
I do think some marriages are missing that check-in point.
They are. They're missing that.
When you sit down with your partner and you literally have a candid conversation with them to say, hey, what's going on? Like, how can I improve? Because that takes a lot. You got to be a mature person to want to make changes, but I think it's healthy for the marriage. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got legal benefits too.
What are those?
If you decide in advance, here's what's going to happen if the contract expires and we both accept it, then we go that route. We already have it set up, so when the 3-year window hit, we're fine with just going ahead and just dissolving the marriage and keeping it moving, and it's a lot less having to go and getting lawyers and doing all this extra stuff. You don't have to do all that. Everything's already in place, and like they said, the renewal license just expires.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's another benefit.
Okay. Now, do you think this provides an avenue for toxic relationships or toxic marriages to finally end?
I think so. Toxic or abusive ones.
Yeah.
So if this Negro is hitting on this woman for a year and a half and he had a 2-year contract, she got 6 months and she gets out.
Right.
And she's out for good.
Got it. Okay.
So those are some of the pros.
Okay. So
I don't know. Can you think of any pros before we get to the?
Like you said, I guess the biggest one for me would be the complacency. I just see so many people yelling and screaming. We've been married 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And outside, it looks cute. Oh, y'all been married.
Or it sounds nice.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Yes. And you go inside their home and there's no evidence of love or a marriage at all.
Right.
You know, and you're like, okay, you've been together for 40 some years, or you've been married by contract for 20 some years, but what about the relationship itself?
Nah, for sure.
So I think definitely this marriage license renewal will allow people to really take a better assessment of their marriage and say, like you said, are we just an autopilot, or are we really in this thing for real?
Right. No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you get to the cons, baby.
So the cons, the number one con for me, I would definitely say, is that this idea really kind of take away the essence of a marriage. Like when you think of marriage, you're thinking for long term, for forever, till death do you part, because those are the vows you take. So I think this could be used like as a loophole to be like, oh, okay, it ain't really a marriage, it's just really a contract for a period of time that's acting like a marriage.
Right, gotcha.
So I understand with every contract there's terms and conditions, so there are, period of performances that you got to consider, but I do think that when you allow this license renewal, it's like, oh, you know what, I just got to act up I just got to make it to 3 years. And at the end, if stuff ain't right, oh well, bye.
Right, so think about it like this. If the exit door is always propped open,
absolutely,
do you really try to work through the hard stuff?
Right.
Or do you just go, oh, well, I only got 3 more months and I'm out of here.
Let me just sit
I don't even feel like dealing with
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I also think because of the legal aspects and the financial aspects of getting a divorce, it does make people think a little harder, do I really want to do this? And possibly sit in and say, okay, you know what, this may not be as crazy as it is.
Right.
I've heard some friends say, they wanted to get divorced from their husband because he didn't like the laundry detergent that I was using, or he wanted his ketchup warm and I wanted mine cold. And I'm like, just buy 2.
Right.
One in the refrigerator and one in the cabinet. Like,
wow.
Are you really this petty about stuff? So I do think for these kind of people, this will be very good.
Right. This is their exit strategy.
It really is. But also, are you sitting here saying, you know what, I'm going to work through everything I need to work through in this marriage? Because that's what the marriage should be, biblically as well.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
most
definitely. And then, like you said, the economic risks about it. The non-renewal could be used as a way for high-earning partners to abandon their spouses who sacrificed a lot, maybe like child care or things of that nature. So that could be an avenue for them to just be like, okay, I no longer want to deal with this, or be in it. Or if one spouse, some people are money hungry, so one spouse feel like, oh, I've been taking care of all the finances for this period of time, I'm tired of that. She ain't contributing, she just a stay-at-home mom, or she ain't doing her part financially. And that's their loophole, to just get on out.
No, that's for sure.
Instead of saying, no, we need to sit in here and we need to work it out. And then, of course, what about the kids? I think there's conversation that we can have about how the children will feel at this renewal period. Like, will my parents be together? Will they not?
Yeah.
And that's
constant anxiety with them.
Yeah, for them,
not knowing if my parents are, after this contract is up, if they're going to even be together anymore.
Yeah. And then
especially if they see things going on within the house.
Absolutely. And then what I was going to say, if they went through one renewal, they probably nervous or anxious about another renewal. Okay, well, we made it through that 5 years. What about the next 5 years? So I think that can definitely be a con. And then also, many see marriages as a political institution that provides the stable foundation society needs to raise future citizens. So that's some of the social significance of it. Could be problematic, I would say.
Might erode the stability of people getting married.
Yeah.
If they have contracts that they have to adhere to.
Absolutely. Yeah. And even for myself, I do know, for my career and everything at work, when I went through a divorce, changing last name, people give you an eye. You know what I mean? They may not come out and say it because they're not that bold. Right. But people do look at you a certain way. Even, when you start having children, are you married? It's the social...
The stigma behind it, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I think those are some of the cons. Do you have another con that you would say?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know, you made some very strong points for the cons. And there's a lot that can go into this. There's so many different wrinkles and avenues you can take this even. Similar like I was talking about with the sports, you can take it from that avenue where if you don't perform, the person can get rid of you, or if you do perform, they can keep you. There's a lot of energy that has to go into that.
Right.
Just to even keep it. And let's just say that, similar to, somebody in a contract year, if the team feels like, they're not a good fit, they'll let your contract expire and won't even tell you.
Right.
You sitting there like, what's up? I'm asking for an extension. Do I get an extension? And they're like, nah, you're not really a good fit for us.
Right, good point.
And the other person is kind of in control because you don't know. You thinking everything's great and everything's good. And then you get to the end of the contract and they're like, nah, I think I'm going to go ahead and let it expire.
Yikes. Yeah.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, that is. No, that is.
That is a major hit to your social, your ego, just everything, especially as a man.
Yeah.
If it's a man and the female you just wasn't doing it.
Right. And I would say another con, kind of like what you're saying, another con would be if you're not on the same page. If one person is sitting here saying, oh yeah, everything's good, I'm just complacent, we're good, this is like, just renew. And the other person's like, nah, you ain't been doing this.
And we didn't touch on this, but this is definitely something. The intimacy or the sexual part of a relationship.
Yeah.
Let's say that person just ain't good in bed.
Oh yeah.
What if that's a deterrent? What if that's a reason for you to cut this contract?
Yeah.
You like, you terrible in bed.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they just like, nah, I'm just going to go ahead and let this expire.
Yeah.
Because at this rate, at this point, if you have a contract, everything can be a reason to get out.
Exactly.
But there's going to be probably more reasons to get out than there is to be to stay.
Yeah.
So I think that would definitely push this to another level.
So because you say that, let me ask you, do you think there's many people who are married, if they were faced with this option for this marriage renewal, that many of them will say, nah?
That's funny. I asked a good friend, and the person said, literally, don't ask me that question, because you don't want to know my answer.
Oh, wow. So some people...
So just take that from how somebody just reacted to this question.
Just the question alone.
Not the actual contract is in place.
Right.
Literally, they were like, don't ask me that, because you're not going to want to know my answer. That is telling you everything.
That's how you get unfiltered, baby.
Yeah, but in reality, that is the truth of how things go. You never know how people are thinking.
That is true, baby.
People are in marriages, and you don't know how they really feel because it's a different time right now. It's not like you have a marriage contract. Although, in essence, people getting divorced at a 50% rate.
Right.
You might as well say it, but
right.
There's nothing contractually set in place.
Right. Yeah.
Saying, oh yeah, well, you in 2 years this expires, yay or nay. But
so all these marriages that
I have a feeling if you were to ask some folks,
really,
and if they're open and honest, would you renew your contract? They would say no. I have a feeling a lot of people would say that.
Seriously?
I seriously believe that. People are in marriages and they're just, like I said, they're in that routine, they're in that autopilot. There's nothing really there. We know married couples who don't even sleep in the same room.
Right. Yeah. But what if they say if it works for us, it works for us?
Okay, that sounds nice. It sounds nice that it works for us. But if you have a piece of paper in your hand that says 30 days from now, this contract expires, will you be renewing it, yes or no? How many people you think will say, I don't know. Jimmy ain't been hitting them spots in the bedroom for me. Jimmy don't really do everything I need him to do. Just imagine how many people would find all kind of excuses to get out of that contract.
Wow.
Especially if they know it has no financial.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to
impact.
Right, it's not going to have any financial impact on them.
Yeah, they like
it expires. I don't have to go to divorce court. I ain't got to do all of that.
Right.
A lot of people would be like, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to move on. But then now, and I just literally just popped in my head. So now, that person who has been in several contracts and they haven't been renewed, when you out dating, that's a question that's going to come up. How many contracts have you been in?
What happened?
Right. Why didn't you get renewed?
Run, girl, run. Check, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's literally, that has to be a conversation starter.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you ask now, have you been married before? Do you have kids?
Exactly.
But now you got to ask, how many marriage contracts have you been in? Mm-hmm. And why didn't you get renewed in any of them?
Hello. Yeah.
Because that's a telltale, that's a red flag.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I've never thought about that
before. Do you think there'll be more women than men that will say, I don't want to renew this contract?
Honestly, I think it would be a lot more men.
Really?
Because, you know, most of the time men are the ones who don't want to say anything. They just kind of sacrifice because they want to make their woman happy.
Oh, wow.
But if they have this as an out,
yeah.
most men, and you know, I hate to say it, but you've heard this term, it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
If I don't have that financial hit that I'm going to take, a lot of men would probably go, nah, I don't think I'm going to renew this.
Wow. I just thought about the idea, like for both of us, we got married when we were in our 20s, right? Mm-hmm. We're different, and we've had these conversations ourselves. We're different now than what we were then.
Exactly.
So things that we accepted then and things that we, dealt with then, now our tolerance is just like, nah. So if we had, I think probably even more so, if you had that option, you would realize, you know what? I just outgrew this person. 5 years later, it just ain't working.
Or the real person really showed up.
Yeah.
Because that happens. You'll get married in the first year or two. Everything's peachy.
You're young. Sometimes when you're young, and it's nothing to take away from you, but you're young, you don't have experience. Mm-hmm. You don't really know.
That's
you don't really see things for what they are. Later on, you see a person's character, like you're saying, after 5 years, and a real person, you're like, oh, nah.
Nah, this ain't what I signed up for.
On the contrary, you may have to have dealt with things in your marriage, such as illnesses, financial loss because of a job, any of those things, and you see that your partner, oh yeah, that person moving shady, that person moving different. You know what? This contract up in a few. Let me just exit on out of here.
But let's not. I don't want to take it from the negative completely. But there's a lot of times, and I'm gonna give an example of us. Mm-hmm. We were just dating. So let's say we were married when all the stuff was going on with your gallbladder and everything. Mm-hmm. I feel, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that would be something stronger where you'd be like, yeah, let's renew this right now. He showed me everything I need to see.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to lose this. Yeah. So I'm gonna put in my work. I'm not gonna be complacent. I want to do what I have to do to make sure his happiness is enhanced.
Absolutely. But I think that's when you have the true essence of love. None of that stuff matters because we done been through some things, and those things, even when I talk about one of the reasons why I fell in love with you or realized you was my soulmate was when, another reason of course, was when we moved with you and how it just seemed seamless. Mm-hmm. And that's something that for the world, it would have shaken people upside down. Mm-hmm. For us, it made us closer.
It did.
To the fact that when we left, we both were crying. Mm-hmm. So I think when you had that essence of love and definitely God at the center of your relationship and of your marriage, hell or high waters. Like, I still want you.
Right.
I don't go down by no contract. Renew it. We're going to renew it.
We can renew it early.
We may be the only ones up there hitting renew.
Right.
Get this thing in here as quickly as possible.
We're going to go ahead and take that extension out right now.
Right now.
I know we got 2 years left in this contract, but let's go ahead and extend it for another 5.
Because again, when marriage is done the right way, and it's not perfect, because I remember posting a post the other day saying that we're going to have one of the most amazing marriages ever. And I remember a lady reaching out to me saying, how do you know that? Everything ain't gonna be great. And she is divorced herself, and I'm divorced. Mm-hmm. But I told her, I said, number one, definitely it's empower your tongue. You have to speak things. Mm-hmm. I am big on manifestation. If you don't manifest what you want, you're never going to get it. And you have to see yourself already there before you even get there. Mm-hmm. And they always tell people, you always call it delusional until it happens. Mm-hmm. And once it happens, you're sitting there like, oh, wow. No. We're walking into this knowing that it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. And
I can say that for myself. Like, when you heard me say, I didn't know if I would find love again.
You did.
So I was literally like, the dating, I don't know if I'm going to be doing all this because I don't know if I'm going to find love again. Mm-hmm. And to find it again, and to find it to this level, it says everything that needs to be said.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I'm not doubting anything. No. So if God is in it, anything is possible.
All things are possible. Yeah. All things, absolutely.
So I don't have
even with us, I don't feel like over the last years or whatever that we've been together that we've gotten complacent.
No, we haven't.
And again, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what challenges we may have to deal with. But I do remember someone saying life already gives you challenges. Find a partner that's going to help you, but don't bring additional challenges to you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's important.
For sure.
I feel like when you found your right person, you found your soulmate, I don't care. They can get, the state can institute, the county, the country, whoever can institute a renewal. We're going to be up there, even if we're having a bad day, we still going to renew this mother flicky. It's just going to happen.
No, that's the to death do us part.
There you go.
So since we touching on that, let's get to the cultural or religious reality of this. Okay. So we know what the elephant in the room is religion.
Yeah.
When it comes to a marriage.
Yes.
Because marriages are biblically based.
Yes.
So we know that for sure.
Should be.
So for many marriages, it's not the state of the contract. It's the covenant with God.
With God. Say it.
So yeah, you got that marriage license, you went to the courthouse and you got, and the officiant got to sign it, you got to sign it, ... But when you up there, and they reading from that Bible, and you saying those vows, you're talking to God and to people who out there who love you.
Can I pause right there?
No, you can go ahead.
I just want to say, and maybe it was different for you when you got married, but when I got married, because I did get married at the courthouse, that wasn't taught to us. We didn't know that. Like, this is your covenant to God and about your spouse. So a lot of times people just go up there and they're just saying, oh yeah, I'm just reciting what they tell me. I just want to get married.
Repeating it.
Yeah. And so I think it's very important. I just want to stop.
So pastor actually, or the person who's doing it at the courthouse got married, not you.
Exactly. One thing I said was I do.
Right.
And I signed something. So I'm like, what? So really it was just a contract. It was no covenant at all. Right. I don't even know if that person was an officiant. Like, I don't know what their background was. They probably just a state official. But no, I just wanted to pause to say that's why it's very critical to seriously have marriage counseling before getting married, so you can really understand marriage, the institute of marriage, not the contractual part of marriage. So yes, you go ahead.
And I mean, even in that aspect, so religiously thinking about this, an expiration date on a holy bond is a non-starter for religious people. Oh yeah, they already like no. Nah, we ain't rocking with that. We're not doing that. Right? No, we're saying these vows. We mean these vows. Right. And I think that's the difference when you have God at the center. You already know that God is going to sustain your marriage. Right. No matter how bad it get or how ugly it get, God is going to be here and help us through. Yeah, but I mean, even other aspects from the religion part. Yeah. Yes, legally, a marriage license is already a contract, technically. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But we're not talking about the terms of that contract. There's nothing on that marriage license saying we're married for X, Y, and Z time. It doesn't come like that. The marriage license is just saying we're authorizing you to become married. Right. There's no term saying 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. So that's a difference. And when it comes to religion, as I said, people don't think about marriage like that. They don't think, oh, we're only going to be married for 3 years because that's as long as the contract is. No. And I know they say, what, is 7 year itch? As long as you can get past 7 years, you're good. No, I still don't believe that. Right, because I mean, you were at 14. So it's just interesting. It is. That, vow renewals are very popular these days. Yeah. They're very popular. Yeah. You see people renewing their vows all the time. But who's that really for? Is it for people? Because if you're in the marriage already, like what? Some people saying it's showing a recommitment. You could think of that in essence of a marriage license. I'm coming back to let you know, yes, I'm still in love with you. I still want to be with you. Okay, gotcha. So let's say that's 20 years down the road. Right. Okay. You can look at that as a marriage renewal. Right. Gotcha. Okay. But people don't want to feel like it has to be forced because of the marriage license. They want to be able to do it at their own discretion. They want to do it because, I feel like I want to do this. Maybe we didn't have the big wedding that we wanted, but now we financially can do that. Let's go ahead and just have the big shindig, and everybody will be cool with that. Gotcha. Okay. I can understand that. I can rock with that. All right. So you want to handle the final thoughts here? So what else will we say? I mean, from the religious standpoint, I think we're good. We got everything in order. We're good on all of that. But it's time for the update. I mean, how do you really feel? So where we are now, do you feel as marriages are just old-fashioned and need a 21st century software update? I think so. Because, I mean, like you said, a few factors that I take into consideration when answering that question
is the divorce rates. People that are walking around and literally are in unhealthy.
And the funny part about divorce rates?
What?
They say that divorce rates are at 50%. Mm-hmm. But how many of those 50% that are still married want to get out?
Oh, wow.
So I have a sneaky suspicion, feeling that divorce rates would be at a higher rate if people really did what they felt.
Wow. Yikes.
So you think if you had this marriage license renewal, a lot more people would not last.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Sort of like the person that you asked. Absolutely. So, I do feel like I love the idea of marriage. That's just me, right? Mm-hmm. And whether it's old-fashioned or modern, I just love the idea of, like I said, of a marriage. But I do think for so many reasons now in today's society and for many of the pros that we mentioned, like it would be good for some marriages to have that option for the renewal. I really do.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, thinking about the marriage license and all of that, I think one thing that really could combat those issues within a marriage, whether it be we have marriage license or we don't, even in the current time, is communication.
Oh, absolutely, baby. That's the foundation right there.
We don't necessarily need a government to expire our marriage. Right. We don't need that.
Right, no.
If you're doing regular check-ins with your partner, that's almost like the renewal. Absolutely. You're really seeing what's going on.
Absolutely.
How they feeling?
Yeah.
Am I being the best possible spouse for them? Am I pleasing them the way they want to be pleased?
Absolutely.
Am I speaking their love language?
Come on, baby.
When you're doing all of these in a relationship or in a marriage, there's not going to be many pitfalls.
Yeah.
Similar to a conversation we had yesterday, it was just literally a misunderstanding. We didn't take it nowhere. We didn't turn it into no dust up. We just both expressed how we felt, and both of us understood how the other person was coming from.
Exactly where they were coming
from. And we
were
able to quickly, because we communicated, alleviate that from becoming a issue.
Yeah. Communication. That's just the foundation of everything.
Yes. You need it. If you don't effectively communicate, as you see, that's why the divorce rates are going to be so high. Because you don't want to talk.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a conversation about whatever it may be.
But you'll be surprised how many marriages, and I don't know if we touched on this in our episode of communication. We can always do an update on it. But how many marriages people just want to avoid conflict. So, and they feel like, I'm just scared. Like, I don't know what to say. Well, it's healthy to sit down with your spouse.
The problem is people see it as an argument. Everything is not an argument.
That's what I feel like people who are poor communicators see that as an argument. Like you say, babe, and there's been many times I say, babe, tonight we gotta talk about this, that, and the other. You don't get no anxiety.
I don't get no anxiety.
You just be like, okay. And then later that night.
Let me know when you want to talk about it.
Yeah. Later that night we'll sit down and we'll have whatever conversation.
Because that's the beautiful part of our relationship. We are best friends. So we gonna have a conversation regardless. The best part is we can have a conversation about anything.
We can, yeah.
Even if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Like
it can be something.
And you told me some information that I needed to hear, and I was like, and I literally stopped. He was like, come on. You gotta get up this hill. And I was like, no, I never thought about what you were saying. Like, I never even considered that. But that's the importance of having somebody who's not you to come in and tell you the brutally honest truth about things.
And it's absolutely fine.
I can accept that. And I literally said that, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for that point of view, because I never, and that was a big decision, so I was like, I never even considered that, so thank you.
So, I mean, ultimately, seriously, whether it's a 5-year or 50-year contract or license renewal, paperwork is only what it is.
That's true.
People make the relationship.
Hello. That's it.
Paperwork is just paperwork.
That's it. So, for you, would you say 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, what should be the renewal period?
Honestly, and you probably have heard me say this daily,
have mercy.
I don't feel as if you should not go every day and know what your partner's feeling, know how they are interacting with you, know what they love, what they don't like. You have to, and I say this, the Bible says this, you have to die to yourself daily. I think people miss that part when it comes to a marriage. You have to die every day. Yourself, you have to die.
And explain that for the people in the back.
For the people in the back.
Yeah.
In order for you, because keep in mind, you're married. It's no longer just you and your mindset and what you want to do.
Come on.
You have to think about your partner now. You have to think about your spouse. So in order for you to do that, you have to let your ego die every single day. There's days I want to do things by myself, but I can't because me and you have plans, or me and you supposed to be doing this, or me and you supposed to be doing that, or we got to do something with the kids. I can't just go, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And just decide I'm not doing something just because.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. We both need our space. We both need our time to do things that we love to do for ourselves. But when there is things that need to be done, you have to sacrifice.
Yeah. Case in point was today when we had to do recording of the show, and you literally wanted to lay down.
I did.
And you were in the bed. And I know it's a thing that I really, because you never really get rest and sleep. So when you are, I really try to let you get rest and sleep. But I was like, babe, we really have to do the recording so we can stay on schedule. And you hopped up, but that's like you're saying, that's dying to self.
Yeah. I could have always go, I'm not getting up. I'm not doing that. And we could have turned that into an argument.
Exactly.
But instead I go, nah, she right.
Yeah.
Let me get up.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
We made the commitment to say we're going to do it today. So we're going to do it. Let's get it done.
And I think that's really critical because a lot of people go into these marriages and some of them are very selfish. And if you have selfish tendencies, marriage may not be for you. Because if you want to do things your way, how you want, when you want, you're not down to yourself or your partner.
Let me ask you one question before we get to this quickie.
Please do.
So if you and your partner had to sit down tonight, so let's say me and you had to sit down tonight.
Let's sit down. Let's get it
and negotiate a 5-year performance contract to renew our marriage.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 non-negotiable clauses that you would add to that deal?
Performance. Number 1 would be love.
Okay. So I got to continue to love you. I think I can handle that. Check.
Safety is important for me.
You know I got that. Check.
You definitely got that. And I think really important to me is enhancement of my happiness. Yeah. Okay,
you want me to spread them legs? Oh, that's not the enhancement you referencing?
That's not, but that you can include that in there. That would be a subpart.
That's in the small print.
very small print.
Well, you know my 4 things already.
Yeah.
So for me,
respect number 1.
Yes, respect. As a man, that would probably be the top clause in every performance contract.
Everyone.
For a man.
Everyone.
I need my woman to respect me as the man. That's 1.
Yep.
Communication.
Communication is definitely on it.
Non-negotiable.
No.
If you can't talk and you can't handle situations because you want to shut down and don't want to talk to nobody,
that's
then
big for you.
This ain't getting renewed. Matter of fact, we ain't even signed at the start.
No, and then the third non-negotiable is the sex.
That was the third. I was gonna say trust, but
you only got 3. You said what are the top?
I said 4.
You said 4. You 4.
Oh well, I need the intimacy.
We know.
No, don't do it like that. I'm saying I need the intimacy because that's my love language.
It is. I know.
So that's not gonna go well if you don't want that portion of a marriage, because that's part of a marriage.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because once you get married, they said the bedroom is undefiled. So you can hang from that chandelier, baby. You can do flips on it. I don't care what you do.
You really mean it. That's the sad part.
I really do.
Okay, baby, let's go to the next one.
Let's get to the quickie, baby.
Right there again.
Let's get to the quickie. All right.
4 times, 10 times.
So the quickie question for the day is, do you agree?
You can do everything else.
Babe, can I get to this quickie or not?
Yeah.
All right.
So I was just going to ask you before you got to that.
Go ahead.
If you had to renew your marriage license, would you still be married? So if we had a marriage license right now for my dating.
Yeah, I've extended it already.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, you doing a great job, baby. Your performance is immaculate. Exceptional.
Thank you.
So, no, we good. Matter Matter of fact, I want a longer term contract. Can I get 30, 40-year contract?
Man, no, we need a daily.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you daily. Don't get that wrong. I'm gonna give you what you need daily.
I know. Trust me. Don't I know?
Oh, that's what we doing. I love you more, baby.
Thank you.
Hold on, let me rip this paper out. Hold on.
Contract is gone.
Contract gone.
Have mercy.
No, but let me get to this quickie question.
Go ahead.
So, do you agree with the idea of a marriage license? So that's the quickie question for you folks out there who listening.
What's your answer?
Unfortunately, I think I'm starting to lean towards it. I think it would be a better idea than a worse idea.
Really? Okay.
I really do.
You were different.
I was, but now I'm thinking. I think that complacency thing is extremely important.
It's huge.
In marriages today.
Yeah.
And you see that so often that I think something needs to be done to combat it. I think that is really what leads to the high divorce rates, because people just stop doing things.
But okay, remember what you said. The divorce rate is at 50%, and the 50% that are married, if they had this license renewal or license,
how many of those would get rid of them?
Yeah, so then the divorce rate would be even higher.
Possibility, but I think that would wean out. Honestly, I think having a marriage license, the concept, would wean out people getting married for the wrong reasons. Because you see people get married,
right?
Somebody needs a green card.
Yeah.
You need people get married because, she got a lot of money, or he got a lot of money, so I'm marrying him for his money.
Yeah.
That would alleviate that.
Right.
So a lot more people would not get married unless they found love.
Gotcha.
So I think that would help the work.
And I think the very opposite. I think they'll get married and be like, if it just don't work, so what? I can get out of here. It's real fast. It's easy. True. It don't matter.
True.
So that essence, like I said, the biggest con.
But I think that would lead to similar. And I keep going back to sports. That's similar to I'm not going to give X, Y, and Z player a contract,
right? Because
I don't believe in them.
Right. But think about it. When it comes to sports, people are motivated by the money. The marriage, you're not necessarily motivated. And if you definitely don't like that person, you I ain't motivated to get no more love or get no more love.
Right, but there are a lot less people will be getting married that shouldn't have gotten married in the first place.
I think more people get married because they're like, if this don't work, girl, we only got 3 years. I can make it 3 years with this man.
Okay.
So, yeah, we got different opinions on this.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, but ultimately, I do agree with the idea of a marriage license. I do think, for so many reasons, we walk around, we see it all the time, so many unhealthy marriages. People just there, like you said, in autopilot, they're just roommates. And I think if they really had a quicker option to be able to exit the marriage, then they would have taken that. And that allows you to be free. So many people are in marriages, and not only is the marriage unhealthy, but the person or the people are unhealthy. And being in a toxic relationship can really emotionally, mentally, physically drain you.
Very true. Very, very true.
That's a whole nother talk.
Yeah. All right. For another day.
There you go. What you got to say now?
I'm good, baby.
Okay.
I'm good. So, as we like to say, thank you again for listening in to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We put a lot of work into this one because we thought, we really, really, really thought this was an interesting topic. And we definitely wanted to touch on it. And
shout out again.
Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, because hopefully you saying this will have more people listening to this episode because of what you said on, I think it was on a show or podcast or something. I'm not for sure. But we saw the little thing that you said. Of course, now, the people eating her up.
You're not married.
The people eating her up on threads, like, you're not even married. Why are you even commenting on this? But hey, everybody has an opinion, so you keep speaking your truth. It is what it is. Maybe you understand because you are not married.
You're not married, exactly.
That a marriage license probably is needed.
Right.
So we good with that. But be sure to listen in to this episode, and hopefully next week you listen in. We got something else for you.
Ooh, boy. What is it, baby?
Kind of timely here as well, since we just recently got engaged. So, what if your man brought you a $100 ring? Old cheap old ring from Walmart. Will you accept it or not? What you doing? What you doing out there, ladies? You taking that $100 ring? It's gonna turn your pinky, turn your whole hand blue.
Stop.
So purple.
Stop.
So green.
Stop.
You're gonna have a rainbow hand at the end of that joint. So just let us know what you're gonna do. But we love you. We thank you for listening, and as we say all the time,
Peace.
Peace.